Hi, and welcome to Comm 2412 Intro to Digital Video. In this video, I'd like to start by introducing you to the class, taking a look at the Blackboard site, looking over the syllabus a little bit, and really trying to emphasize exactly what it is you're going to be doing in this class and the need for you to work ahead and to work at a steady pace on all these reading notes and module quizzes and projects this semester. So let's get started. At the top of the syllabus, you'll see my name, my office, and my office hours. You'll also notice that my preferred method of contact is through email. You'll see the required textbook for the class. You'll see that you'll probably need some AA and AAA batteries for the class, and it would be really beneficial for you to get an over-ear active noise canceling set of headphones, an SD card, and probably even a hard drive with at least 250 gigabytes of space. These are all things that you'll use throughout your time here at UCM in the digital media production program. You can read through some of these other course description and objectives and some of this other stuff. I just want to highlight a few things. One of those things is that the equipment labs downstairs are not open over the summer. If you'd like to check out equipment overnight, you'll have to coordinate that with me. Otherwise, the equipment will be available for you to do your projects within the class period on Fridays. Please notice that as part of your grading and assignments, professionalism plays a big part in your grade. If you're absent, you'll lose an entire letter grade. That's because this is a hybrid class and we're only going to meet 5 times this summer. If you can't make one of those 5 times due to an excused absence, bring me documentation and I will excuse the absence and you won't lose any points. If you're late to class, you'll lose 25 points. Again, we have to get started right on time and get through a lot of stuff each week. So you need to be here and you need to be here on time. In the grading section, you'll see that a significant portion of your grade are the chapter and module quizzes. It's really important that you get through these each week so that you come to class entirely prepared to work on your projects. I won't spend a lot of time on Fridays going over the chapters, so it's really important that you do the chapter and the module quizzes before you come. And if you have trouble with some of the information, be ready to ask questions when we first get together on Fridays. You'll also notice there are about 6 mini projects and 1 final video project that's worth 20% of your grade. This final video project, you'll see down at the bottom of the course schedule, is due the week after classes are scheduled to end. You're more than welcome to work ahead on this project, and you don't have to come in the week after classes end. But I will have equipment available for you and the labs will be open during that week so that you can complete this project and get it to me on time. You'll also notice that there are 3 exams in the class. These exams are online and they are timed, so you won't have time to look up all the answers, but they'll be based on your chapter and module quizzes that you've taken. Now let's take a look at the class schedule. You'll notice that this week we don't have class on Friday. We're not going to meet because I'm going to be out of town at a conference and it's also Memorial Day weekend. But before class would normally happen at 9:30 a.m., you need to do chapters 1 and 2 quizzes and module 1 quiz. Those are online in the Blackboard section. I'll talk more about them in a minute. That means that the first time that we'll meet in person will be May 29th on that Friday. For that Friday, you have modules 2 and 3 quizzes due. And in class that day, we're going to get the cameras out. We're going to go over the cameras and tripods and their functions. And we're going to start working on some of the basics of Adobe Premiere editing and codecs. You should also make a note that on Sunday, May 31st, by midnight, you need to complete Exam 1. Exam 1 will be over chapters 1 and 2 and modules 1, 2, and 3. Going back to the Blackboard site, over to the left, I want you to make note of the course schedule. If you click on this, it'll take you to a Google Calendar. Sometimes the Google Calendar doesn't show up in certain browsers, so if it looks blank, try using a different browser to open it. The reason I use a Google Calendar is because down at the lower right-hand corner, there's a plus symbol next to Google Calendar. If you click that, you can add it to your own personal Google Calendar. So if you use an Android phone or even an iPhone, you can have your schedule right there on your phone. The dates in Blackboard are also updated, so if you use the Blackboard calendar, those dates should be accurate as well. Also to the left in Blackboard, you'll see a link to PowerPoints. These are PowerPoints that I typically use during class time, but because we're doing a hybrid this summer, I won't specifically lecture or have class discussions. We'll just be working on projects. So if you want to know more about exposure of microphones, microphone techniques, or the production process, or even what is communication, those PowerPoints are there for you to browse through. Over to the left, you'll also see modules and quizzes. You'll notice this is broken down by exam content. So exam 1 contains chapters 1 and 2 and modules 1, 2, and 3. These are the modules that are referenced by due dates in the course schedule. Over to the left, you also have a link to the projects that we're going to do in this class. I realize there are a lot of projects in this class, but the composition project, the depth of field project, the exposure and lighting projects, and the sound capture project, and the editing project are all fairly small projects that you can do within one class period. The final video project is the only one that will take a significant amount of time. Under supplemental readings to the left, you should also note that I've posted the Sony NX5U camera manual here. You'll need to reference this camera manual for your projects. That about wraps it up for this week. I want you to make note of the course schedule, especially the number of projects that we have to get done, the modules and the quizzes. My concern is if you put things off until Thursday night, that it's going to overwhelm you and be too much to get done. So you really need to make a plan to work a little bit every night on this class. If you do 1 or 2 chapters a night, by Thursday night you'll only have 1 left and you'll be ready to go on Friday. Same thing goes for the projects. I'm going to give you time in class, and really I'll be here all day on Fridays for you to work on your projects in this class, and if you're taking both this and the audio class, I'll have time for you to work on both sets of projects. However, if you don't get finished with a project one week, you really can't afford to put it off until the next week to get it done. So you need to make plans to come in outside of class time to work on it. Again, if you need equipment overnight or outside of class time, contact me and I can make arrangements for you. Please feel free to email me with any questions, and I'll see you on May 29th. I'm looking forward to it.